Savon and Phyllis Song, who are entrepreneurs, wealth and freedom coaches, and the creators of the Dream Life, Dream Business movement. While running an 8-figure business, they are living their dream life, traveling the world, living life on their terms, and showing others what's possible when business is designed to serve life.
Today is all about life first, and then how do you build a business to fund and fuel your life.
We are here to help you build a better life so that your children can also live in a better world.
Most people live an or life, and I believe that we believe that the dream life is about having an and life.
I can have all of them instead of just picking one at a time.
This is your map, and your map is what Tony taught me way back in the days is your massive action plan. And day one, which is today, is all about live your dream life, right? Living your dream life is about awakening your vision. Living your old life will cost you your dream life. And that is where we call a designed life. A designed life that says, I design my life first, and then I'm gonna build a business to fund and fuel it. That's when we realize, oh my God, time is the most valuable resource, the most valuable thing that we actually own, because we don't get more of it. You bring the fire, we'll bring the framework. Yesterday, we identified the destination of your dream life. Today, we activate your true identity and lean into your dream self, the person who gets to live it. Day two is about love your dream self. You have to love your dream self in order to activate your true identity. Today, we start with the 3 levels of being, because today is about your dream self. And if you lean into your dream self, this is now faith. The formula for happiness is where your external life conditions, your external reality, your results of your life actually match your internal desires.
Actually, most pieces, I would say 70 to 80%, if we work on you, everything else will grow. I promise you that.
Your dream self is not someone you become. It is who you surrender back to be. Today, we are here to amplify your income. This is about building a business that is a palace, not a prison. I at least recognize the pattern and I utilize the pattern to create a new pattern.
Actually, most pieces, I would say 70 to 80%, if we work on you, everything else will grow. I promise you that.
They have built a lifestyle where they can live, work, and earn anywhere. Their mission is to help entrepreneurs create fulfillment, build financial wealth, and achieve true time freedom.
What day 3 was about, lead your dream business, and you have to lead it if you want to amplify your income. The easy road is comfortable, and comfortability leads to permanent uncomfortability. Because if you master and really get clarity around these 7 P's, without a doubt, you will build a dream business. The fastest path to success is to model after success, because somebody's already done it. The best part about paying for speed is you can guarantee you're gonna get there, because the work works just as long as you do the work.
I would love to be a best friend, but now I'm actually your coach. I'm going to tell you the truth of what you need to do instead of just pleasing you and make you feel good.
Because if you master and really get clarity around these 7 P's, without a doubt, you will build a dream business.
You can make anything possible, and it's just whether you're willing. Are you going to give yourself permission, and do you have the imagination for you to make that happen?
Well, we're qualified to teach people to avoid mistakes that can happen. Today is day 4, and today is about leverage your dream team. This is, you have to leverage your dream team in order to achieve your time freedom and emancipate your time. Your time has been held captive, slave to society, to life. Yesterday was leverage your dream team. This is where you then achieve your time freedom, right? Emancipate your time. We make more money, have more time, the moment we stop doing it alone.
The real truth is, it's not how much effort you put in, it's how much you can leverage.
That's where wealth begins. Mastery is what you know, it's what you love, it's what God has created you to be. And we talk about the 7 P's of mastery, which is your proficiency, passion, purpose, who you are and why it matters, person you're called to serve and sell to, the problem that you actually solve, the payoff, and then process. How do you actually help them get it? So day 5 is about level up your dream. How do I create freedom financial wealth and fulfillment. The theme of day 5 is how fast can I go? We make more money. Good morning. Good morning. We are going to be talking about the way to wealth today. And the way to wealth is actually just about having enough people to actually sell to. Yes, having enough people in your life, in your business that actually have or at that stage of the funnel in your business where it's just they're interested, right? They're not clientele, they're just potential, they're just prospects, right? And you're turning them into nurturing the relationship. You have started the relationship, nurturing the relationship, turning them from a prospect to a potential, having a large enough number of people there to actually have meaningful conversations, and ultimately sell, right, to make offers to. That is really the way to wealth, and that's why we're going to talk about the law of large numbers today. So, what if your offer isn't the problem? Your message isn't the problem. Your skill isn't even the problem. What if the real problem is simple? You just don't have enough people to sell to. Because even the best offer in the world fails if it's only seen by a small number of people. Welcome to Anywhere Entrepreneur Live. We are all about the freedompreneur way, the freedom to live, to work, to earn from anywhere in the world, and having exposure to a large number of people that you can actually sell to is vital to achieving the freedompreneur way. Last live was actually right here in Boise. I had just gotten here from Singapore, and last live was about the clearer you are, the more conversions. And once you are clear to convert, today is about having enough people to actually convert. And I'm still here in Boise. Actually, we're leaving today. Just finished up our inner circle mastermind decade in the day with Russell Brunson, and leaving this afternoon. And I'm going to use that as an example because I remember I watched him make an offer this week to um, at his event. He started a 2 day event called Bootstrap. It was an offer secrets event, and what I witnessed is exactly what we're talking about here, which is the law of large numbers. He had enough people in the room, right, to actually sell to, right? He had enough people interested to, their potential, right, clients to be in the room, and thus saw him make an offer, and conversions happen because not everybody converted, but the numbers are large enough so that he hit his law of average, whatever percentage he thought he would convert with the room, right? So that's law of large numbers. So um, I've actually worked with entrepreneurs at every single level. You don't get, and I can tell you literally something most people don't really want to hear. You don't get rich from perfect offers. You get rich from enough exposure, right, to the right market. That's law of large numbers, right? Early in my business, I thought I had a sales problem. I was tweaking my offer, fixing my messaging, changing my funnel, but nothing really changed consistently. Then I realized something simple but very powerful. I wasn't talking to enough people, right? My message was clear, but my reach was too small. And when I increased the number of people seeing my offer and having deeper, meaningful conversations, starting relationships and building upon the relationship, that's when everything changed. More conversions, more leads, and ultimately more sales. Not because the offer changed, but because the volume changed. So today, I'm going to show you the law of large numbers in business as well as in your relationships, right? It's the same. You're building a relationship with another human being. You're starting and building relationships with potential clients as well. It's the same thing, right? And how the wealthy use it to create predictable income through traffic, visibility, volume, audience size. Because clarity without reach is still poverty. Okay, let me repeat that. Clarity without reach is still poverty, right? So if you feel like right now not enough people are seeing your offer in this chat, type in volume in the comment section if that is your problem. And if you're also here live with us, let us know where you're actually tuning in from. We are generally interested
in really knowing where you're actually at, where is it that you actually want to go, and then hopefully this video will help you actually close the gap. Okay, so here's your problem, right? Low traffic, few leads, not enough sales conversions. That's it. Because you're trying to convert, and there's not enough people there to actually convert because leads are low, right? The numbers are low, so thus you don't convert, and then you have inconsistent revenue, and then you ultimately internally you feel stuck. Right? Thinking of the offer is the issue, frustration from lack of visibility, and ultimately doubt about the business you're actually running and whether it's working or not. Right? But it's not that. We have to go to the very right into the middle of your funnel after people see you and know that you exist. We got to look at the nurturing, right? The lead, your lead generation, that number, and then ultimately what you're doing in terms of nurturing the lead, right? So all right, let's dive into these 4 steps today. One is uh, know this, right? The very first rule: wealth requires visibility. Wealth requires visibility. That's first step, because traffic matters. If people don't see you, they can't buy from you. If they don't see you, they can't buy from you. You see, there are people out there, right, in the marketplace. Um, they have a problem, and that's what really makes people move is problems, right? People don't just wake up every single day wanting to buy something. Nobody really wants to get up and say, I'm going to go spend money or spend time on something. No, they do it because they have a problem. They either have a pain that they really, really, really want to move away from really, really fast as possible, or they have a pleasure that they actually want to move towards, right? Good example. Somebody goes out, you're a woman, you go out and you go out buy a dress, a blouse, and you're not in a relationship. What did you do that for? Right? You didn't just wake up, oh, I'm gonna go buy a shirt today or a blouse or a skirt or a dress. No, you're trying to solve a loneliness problem. If a relationship is what you're seeking, right? You're solving a loneliness problem. If you're somebody who says, I'm hungry, you're having to go and I'm gonna go buy a hamburger today or salad, whatever that is, right? What are you doing? You're solving a hunger problem, right? You don't just wake up saying, I'm gonna go buy something to eat, right? You're solving a problem, right? That's it. So there's people out there already buying because either they have a problem of moving in from some type of pain or move towards pleasure, and they just don't know you exist, right? That's why they're not buying from you, right? And that's it. Because people don't see you, they can't buy from you, right? So that's the very first step. And then the second step in terms of law of large numbers is the opt-in, right? This is where you give something of value. Give something of value. This is where you start relationships, kind of like a first date, right? What's the first value generally? When I, met my wife, the 20, we've been together. This coming year will be 22 years. Um, Married for will be 19 years, right? But 22 years. But 22 years ago, when I met her, the value that I gave her, right, the very first thing was to ask her on a first date, right, to spend time with her and spend time with each other, and grabbing food, right? But that's it, right? That's value. So same thing there in business, right? Give something of value, something to either read, to listen to, or to watch, right? Read, listen to, or watch. You can, for example, we have a lead magnet that people can opt into to get our book, right? Or just do this book. So when they get it, they're reading it, right? And then we have interactions. We nurture the relationship through exercises, right? They get a free portal they can log into and do the exercises as they're reading the book, right? So that's value, free of charge, right? They can just go download it. They opt in to go download it, right? Listen, something for an audio file that you can have to listen. Swipe files if you want. Do you have a swipe file or anything like that? Or to watch, right? You have a mini course or some type of a VSL, a pre-recorded training, right, for people to watch. They're opting in for it. And when they come get that thing that you're giving them, read, listen, or watch, a value, then what they're doing is they're trading their information. They're saying, hey, I'm raising my hand. I am a prospect, right? I'm not a client yet, but I think there's interest here. I have interest here, so I'm going to go get this thing that you're giving me, right? So that's the law of averages, law of large numbers opt-in. And then the third is law of large numbers register, right? Law of large numbers register. This is where you actually invite people to go somewhere, right? An immersion event, right? So a webinar. We have, for example, our Time Rich Masterclass. That is a register, right? So we have a page where, you know, people see our content, or we can run ads, or we get referral, or we are, you know, getting traffic from our affiliates, whatever, and we send them to a opt-in registration page where they can actually register to come to something live, right? To come to something live, or to register to watch something that is on demand, right? So our Time Rich Masterclass is live. We run that once or twice a week. That for sure, once a week. So they register for it and they show up on that date, that time, for the 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever, you know, however long the Time Rich Masterclass is about. And now people, because you're doing that, the same thing, they register, they give you their information, right? And then the more people that register, same thing with the opt-in, the more people that opt in. Now, again, you have the law of large numbers, you have enough people that are prospects that move down. If everything connects with them, they move down from prospect to potential, which is then, this is where you then have enough people to actually sell to, right? So that's the law of large numbers. Register. So registering for a live, something live, a webinar, a challenge, some type of immersion, a master class, right? Or register for something that they can actually watch on demand, right? You could be running 24 hours, 7 days a week, inside of a funnel, right? Anywhere like that. Okay. So invite people to go somewhere. And then step number 4 is law of large numbers, join. Law of large numbers, join. This is where you invite people to participate, right? To get involved, like a community, right? A Facebook group, or a community that you're hosting in school, or Mighty Networks, or somewhere like that, right? So you're just saying, hey, just come join our community, right? And we have value there. We're dropping content, and you can interact with people just like you, or you know, potential clients are in this community as well, right? Come join this community. So you're inviting people, in terms of law of large numbers, to actually join something, right? To join something, right? So this is all your middle of funnel stuff, right? The the law of attraction is obviously your top of funnel. This is where people, visibility, people, you know, see you, right? And law of large numbers is where people are interested. Now they get to know, they know you, and they want to get to know you, and you want to deepen the relationship with your potential, right? Potential clients, right? They're not clients yet, but they're potential. That's law of large numbers, right? So those are the 4. So again, the very first one is law of large numbers. Wealth requires visibility, right? Law of large numbers, visibility, because traffic matters. All right, wealth requires, requires visibility. And then law of large numbers, opt-in, which is where you're opting in, giving them something of value for them to read, listen, or watch. And then law of large numbers, register. We're inviting people to go somewhere, like a registration to a webinar challenge or something even on demand. Law of large numbers, join, inviting people to actually participate with you, right? To join one of your communities, right? So again, my friends, be honest. Now that you know this, type in the comments exposure. You're like, I do not. I've been thinking that my offer, my sales, my conversions as well is the problem, and it's not. You do not have enough exposure. You do not have enough people to actually sell to. So comment this in the section if you now just realize that that is my problem. I don't have enough people to actually sell to. My middle of funnel is too small, right? If you're honest, then type in exposure. Okay. So look at your business. So let's get practical. Look at your business right now and ask, how many people saw my offer in the last 7 days, just this week, right? Then ask, how can you increase? How can I increase that number this coming week, right? Because that's a goal, right? Because scale begins with visibility first, right? And then look at your law of large numbers opt-in. What are some things that you can actually create to have people opt into so that they can read, listen, or watch, right? And then 2 is law of large numbers, register, make a decision, right? You may want to create your own intimate immersion event, like a webinar, right? Like our Time Rich Masterclass, inviting people to actually go somewhere so you can actually deepen the, get to know them, they get to know you, and deepen the relationship. And then 3rd is law of large numbers, join. Do you want to, have a large number of people to sell to that are interested? You want them to join something, right? Like a school community, a Mighty Networks, or even a Facebook group, right? So those 3, just choose, right? If you're building out your business model to increase your law of large numbers, then choose one of these three or all three if you want to, right? So, okay. If you want help building a business that attracts consistent attention, leads, and clients, I'm going to invite you to our Time Rich Challenge. This challenge is live where we will be there. It's basically, dream life, right? We want to really help you kind of clarify and identify what that dream life looks like and then build a dream business to actually fund and fuel it, right? There's three main areas there. One is purpose rich. Purpose rich is where you are doing something, you're stepping into your personal calling, what you're actually called to do, your purpose. And then money rich, which is where we're going to share with you how to extract that gold that's within you, right? Just kind of like gold that's mined. You have to extract it from the rocks, right? Same thing, extracting your gold, your superpowers, your gifts, right? And turn into a product, package it into an offer, put a value to it, show you how to market, sell it so that you can wake up every single day and teach it and deliver, right? And do what you know and what you love. That's money rich. And then time rich. How do you actually build a business that serves your life, not steals from it? How do you build a business that's more of a palace, not a prison? How do you automate? How do you delegate? How do you make money while you sleep? How do you leverage people, right? So again, that's the Time Rich Challenge. The link is actually going to be right below here. So look forward to seeing you there. So next live, we go deeper into lifestyle and execution. Next live is going to be about the title is how to be an anywhere entrepreneur, that freedompreneur way, right? That dream you're running, you're becoming that dreampreneur, right? How do you live, work, and earn from anywhere in the world, wherever you're at, just like us, right? Boise, right? Next week, as a matter of fact, next live, we're going to be in Japan, right? So how do you be an anywhere entrepreneur? How do you live to work, also work and earn from anywhere? So that is what next live is all about, because once you understand exposure, the next step is freedom, right? Building a business that doesn't need you to be in one place, to make money from every place, to make impact, to make income. That is what next live is all about. Okay, so if this gave you clarity on how to scale because you understand now that about the law of large numbers, then type in the comment section large as well, so that share with us that it gave you the clarity that you actually need to increase your numbers to have enough people to actually sell to. Okay, so for those of you that are joining us at our Time Rich Challenge, we will see you there. And for those joining us at our next live, how to be an anywhere entrepreneur, how to live, work, earn from anywhere in the world. I'll see you again. Have a blessed rest of the week.
Five, four, three, two, one.
The new currency is about demonstrating authenticity.
And our job, I think, is to really help our clients feed their focus and starve their distraction. It's not the amount of money that you make. It's about the time or the speed in which you actually make it.